Right, good morning. That was a hot one last night, I tell you. God dear me. Anyway, once again, I've been looking at the YouTube's comments. All very good. John Cuthbertson, only how much? When I mentioned about the Crow, he said he's just bought a PR 900 and a Hatson. Danny, Howder King, first one again. Oh, Wayne Douglas. He says, I have a challenge for you. And we've already done this before, haven't we? The matches, trying to strike the matches. And we found out that lead doesn't like striking matches. So I forget how many times we tried, well, I tried doing it. I can make the match go pop, but it won't ignite. So I'm afraid that I won't be doing that challenge. I think it's more of a hoax on YouTube when you see a match lit by a lead pellet. That I can't be really sure, but anyway. Kev, that Unica is a nice looking gun, but I'm a bit like you, I don't like wood. Yeah, it's a shame about that. But I have ordered the gun, so I've just got to wait until it arrives. Let's hope it shoots well. Danny, again, I have a new challenge, Mr. Terry. I want the same challenge as you did today. Well, I didn't do one yesterday, did I? Anyway, but he says, first you must drink 2 cans of beer, wait 30 minutes, then start shooting. Well, I'm afraid I don't drink, and especially I wouldn't drink and drive, and I don't hold a mobile phone when I'm driving, and I certainly wouldn't drink if I'm shooting. I'll end up shooting myself or shooting someone, you know what I mean? So that's out the window. And Pigeon Pete, I don't like the look of the Crow Unica, but it might be a great shooter. Yeah, it might be a great shooter, and it might be a flop, you know. Out of all them guns I was looking at, I still liked the look of the Snow Peak. Although I bought the Unica, and if I want to buy a silencer, it's going to be the same price as what the Snow Peak was, and that comes with a silencer. So do I regret buying the Unica and not the Snow Peak, which I really like? I don't know. Time will tell, I suppose. Anyway, today I'm going to be with the Crow, and yesterday, as you saw, I done that 5-yard shoot, and I just want to see if the Crow ballistics is working okay. Remember, I dropped, that particular scope was on the Crow now is the 5x20, which when it was on the Beeman, it fell off the table when I was putting air on it, and it almost hit the concrete. It was only lucky that 2 cardboard boxes stopped the impact, you know, but it did fall on the scope, so I've got to really test that out. That's about it really. Got nothing else to say. Oh, it's Paul's birthday today, so wish Paul Urban Fox a happy birthday. Yeah, Yeah. Lynette, his wife, she wrote, and she's just bought the Crowell Unica for Paul for his birthday present. Well done, Lynette. Oh, I hope that this gun is going to shoot okay, because, you know, after someone else buying it, I would hate to think that I've mentioned a gun and you know, it's a right well, you know what I mean. Anyway, until I get outside, I'll see you later. Okay, see you later. Bye. Right, good morning. Wayne Douglas, he wrote about the match challenge. Now, I've tried this many times and I've failed. Not once have I ever had a match strike on me. And what you see on YouTube, I take with a pinch of salt. Now, I spent £11 on a special box of matches, cowboy matches, and off eBay, and these are strike anywhere. So if these matches can't do it, the ordinary red Swan Vestas are certainly not going to do it, you know. I didn't want to do this again, but looks like. Right, I'm recording. As I say, I did explain, and he wrote back and saying, I'll take your word for it. Now, it's not taking my word, it's what my videos, if you care to go back into my videos, you'll see that I've tried it quite a few times, and not once has it ever worked. I also showed a small clip, which I think was a hoax, of a bloke called Stig. Kept on shooting. They was in a barn, fair enough, and the matchsticks were standing up. If a pellet hit that even skimmed the matchstick, it would have fell. Well, these, what I've got down there, on a metal plate. And what I've got to do with these is to skim the heads. Not, you know, if I hit the head, yeah, it'd make a small spark, but only a small one, and sometimes you don't even see the spark. But to make it strike, you've got to skim it. As I say, I didn't really want to do this, but I suppose it's going to be a bit of entertainment. Right, okay. But I'm just hoping that I'm on 0. Where are we? Right, that's the first one. Now, if this works, I'll be amazed, you know, because it's never worked before. And as I say, these ones, I've got these cowboy matches, and they're supposed to be strike anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to take a first shot. Oh. Just a matter of trying to keep the rifle still. I don't know where that went. Right, okay, so you heard that bang. These are special matches. If you did that with a Swan Vesta, it wouldn't do that. So really it's a matter of just trying to skim the head of it. And that's the second one what went pop. So I'm going to hold over to the left, right a bit, and hope half the pallet will hit it. Yes. No. No. As you can see, that skimmed it, but it didn't ignite it. See? Just doesn't ignite. Lead and whatever, don't do it. I can make it pop if I hit it. That took the head off. And that's made it pop. You can hear the pop. But when it skims it, the spark is not strong enough to ignite it. Well, that's way up high. See, that one's popped. Now if you look at that other one what's folded, see half of the head is already missing on it, so I skimmed that one and it didn't ignite. Yeah, I still say you cannot ignite a match with lead, and these are lead pellets. And that's took the head off. It's going to be a short video. Oh, that was 12 shots. And it's going to be a short video, this, because I've got no other target down there. And that's took the head off, and it's made it pop, but as you can see it didn't ignite. And these are special matches, strike anywhere matches, very expensive. But there's only certain materials they strike on. I don't like calling anybody a liar, but every time I see this sort of challenge on YouTube and they do it, I know for a fact that lead, I mean you can even if you get one of these matches out, even if you get one of these matches out and try to strike it, you know, it has to be on some sort of rough surface. I mean, as I say, I don't want to call anybody a liar, but I've skimmed them, I've hit them, and they still haven't ignited. And these, as I say, these ones are special ones, and they haven't done it. The only thing they do is if you hit the head, as you know, they go off bang. and that's all. Yeah. So Wayne, I can't help you on that challenge. It's a challenge which personally I don't think can be done. And I think I would have to see it with my own eyes to believe it, yeah? Because, as I say, when you buy special matches to do this sort of challenge, and they don't even, an ordinary box of Swan Vestas or matches, you got no chance, yeah? There's plenty of hoax videos on YouTube in a way of shooting, and I've always said, unless you've got a scope cam, don't believe what you're seeing, you know? See what I see through the camera, but if they haven't got a scope cam, I just don't believe. I mean, I was watching one guy shooting a BSA and some other rifle, and because he wasn't hitting bullseyes, he started slagging off the BSA. What does that tell you? Yeah. You don't know whether he's shooting off the bullseye and then getting hold of the next rifle and aiming at the bullseye, you know. As I say, unless they've got a scope cam, I don't care what sort of camera it is, whether it's attachment camera or what, unless they've got a scope cam, so you're seeing what they're seeing, and then you know, even that can be fixed, I think. All my challenges, what I do is on the day. Someone challenges me and I do it. I don't practice, I just do it, you know. And if the matches can be done, it must be one of the hardest challenges you can possibly do. I mean, there's no wind today. And you can see the heads are off these matches. See, I don't need to cheat, and I don't need anybody what watches me shoot, whether they believe it or not. You know, this happens on the day, no practicing. So, I mean, some of the pellets are drifting off, I'll admit that, but when they're hit, they're hit. Yeah. trying to skim a match, it's just really guesswork on the size of the match head and the size of your pellet. And you can see that I'm moving, you know, my reticle's moving because I'm in my shoulder, and you've got the vein pump, pump, pump. So Wayne, if whether you believe me or not, you know, it's up to you. I've tried this many times and not once. I've seen one spark, I think, and that was really in slow motion. So if I play some of this back in slow motion, there might be a spark, but normally I can see a spark through the reticle. As you can see, some of these pellets are just flying off where they want to go. See that? But I'm not really worried if I miss or I hit. It's a trying, you know. That was the last shot. Right, decocked, safety's on, and I'm turning off the video. Video's off, and the camera's off. And I'm pointing out the lead of the battery. Yeah. I tried again and it didn't ignite. And some of those shots were head skims, and some was full-on shots which you heard bang. Perhaps this is the back, and that's the striker. It's like Velcro, but that's the striker. And perhaps if that was behind the head of the match, then it might ignite. But by skimming the lead pellet, I don't believe it will ignite. I mean, I've got hold of these matches, these cowboy matches, and tried striking it on lead, and they wouldn't light. So a lead pellet was flying around about 600 foot per second. Certainly not going to light it, yeah. As I say, I didn't want to do this challenge, but it was only because the way you wrote back saying I'd take your word for it. So I thought, well, okay, I'll try it. I'll try it again. Anyway, if you like this little video, give the thumbs up, leave your comments, and I'll see you later. Bye.